welcome you guys to Chris Wrestling Reviews here on YouTube.com. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. If you're new to here, you guys, make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell so you won't miss any videos that I do upload. So let's jump into the video today. Today, you guys are going to be doing my WWE Raw review. So at the beginning of Raw, you guys, Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville, they basically talked about how Randy was going to be unable to compete tonight. And so after then, Riddle came up and he said how he felt bad of how he interfered into Randy's match last week that he had against John Morrison. And so Riddle basically wrote like a letter or something that supposedly that Randy Orton written, but you already know it was Matt Riddle. So the opening match of the first night, you guys, which was a battle royal match to see who would have that next spot into the Money in the Bank ladder match. That would be in about 2 or 3 weeks, you guys, on July 18th. And so, of course, as you can see, R-Truth had his 24/7 championship back from Tozawa and all that, but ended up getting beat. Then we see Omos comes down and eliminates the Viking Raiders because, of course, they're going to have a match. And then, so after then, you guys, we, of course, seen Matt Riddle and Damian Priest ends up being the last two competitors in the Battle Royal. And so Damian Priest, he was trying everything, that he could and all that good stuff, you guys. But at the end of the day, we see Riddle wins to have Randy Orton to be in the match at WWE's Money in the Bank. And so as you can see, Riddle is up there posing and all that good stuff, you guys. And so it looks like the Viper Randy Orton is going to be in the Money in the Bank match this year, as Riddle, of course, does the pose. So what do you guys think about Riddle being, fighting for Randy, and where could this escalate to next? Next, you guys, we had Shayna Baszler versus Nikki Cross, of course. Nikki Cross, you see her new attire, all the good stuff, some type of superhero type gimmick that WWE wants her to use. And of course, Alexa Bliss, as we, already knew that Alexa Bliss was going to come out and do something. And you see Alexa Bliss seem like she has a new theme song. It seems like she doesn't go with her other theme song anymore. But then again, we see Alexa ends up kicking the knee of Nia Jax, and then she ends up low blowing Reggie. And so after then, you guys, as they both are laying down, Alexa looks at Reggie, ends up walking away. After the match happened. And then, you guys, of course, Nikki Cross ends up winning by a roll-up. And so that was really bad, you guys. I really gave that match a 0. Simply because we already knew that Nikki Cross was going to win. And Alexa Bliss was going to come out and do something, just to basically make Shayna and Nia look, like a horrible team. But I really think that Shayna Baszler deserves better. And she could be, a top main eventer superstar, but then again, we'll see. Next, you guys, we had Naomi and Asuka versus Eva Marie and Doudrop, also known as Piper Niven, from WWE NXT UK. She ended up making her debut a couple weeks ago with Eva Marie. Eva Marie wanted to get tagged in, but she jumped off the rope. Same thing as Doudrop did last week to her. But then again, you guys, I don't know where it is going right now with Eva Marie. But we end up seeing Doudrop do like a back flap thing, you guys, on Asuka. Yeah, that was Asuka during that match. And then after then, you guys, we end up seeing Naomi runs up and get shoulder blocked by Doudrop. I keep calling her Piper, you guys, but they call her Doudrop for right now because she's on the main event status. So after then, you guys, we end up seeing right here where Doudrop ends up doing a running cross body on Asuka, and she ends up picking up the victory. And Eva Marie, I mean, you guys, when you see Eva Marie face, you're gonna be like, what in the world? Because I mean, she was like she was just basically like, she was like, wow. And then so Eva Marie declared that she basically won the match and saying, you're winner of this match, even, you know, what she always says. So yeah, you guys, during this, I mean, I feel like Eva Marie is really not going nowhere in the WWE, because it's gonna be the same as before, where she's just using Piper to basically win matches. Well, not Piper, excuse me, Doudrop to win matches. This was my favorite match, you guys. We had John Morrison versus Ricochet. As you can see, Miz is trying to stop Ricochet from jumping on John Morrison, because Ricochet ends up doing a baseball kick to John Morrison, and then Miz, you know, of course, he's still in the way. And after then, we of course see the hot flying Ricochet leaps over the wheelchair and jumps onto John Morrison. And I was like, wow, Miz is really funny in that wheelchair. He has a horn on that wheelchair, and he has like a mirror and all that stuff, you guys. And then so Ricochet was trying to go for a springboard over the top rope. Johnny Drip Drip, of course known as John Morrison, he ends up jumping in the crowd, and then next thing you know, bam, you guys, we see Ricochet go for a high flying cross body. I was like, whoa. And so you guys, in this match, you guys, it was pretty entertaining, pretty fun to see. One of my favorite matches of the night. I would give that match a 4.7. You guys, as you can see, the reaction to the face of Miz and the commentators as well. And I was like, look at Corey Graves over there. Look at Byron Saxton. But ends up this match right here end up being a draw, you guys, because both competitors couldn't make it back to the ring, and until the 10 count. So these two superstars, you guys, they are definitely phenomenal. John Morrison, he still has, even though he's been with the WWE for a very long time, you guys, and to see John Morrison compete now from when he was younger, but he's still young. And so of course you got Miz with the torn ACL, is in his wheelchair. Next, you guys, we had Charlotte, Natalya, and Tamina, you guys, versus Dana Brooke, Rhea Ripley, and Mandy Rose in a 6-woman tag team match. Of course, as you can see, Mandy Rose was trying to go, for a roll-up pin in some type of fashion. Mandy Rose ends up getting booted in the face by Charlotte Flair. Of course, as you know, Charlotte Flair always does that. But you guys, after then, we end up seeing Charlotte goes for the pinfall, you guys, and ends up picking up the victory, for her match, for her team. And then after then, you guys, we of course see Rhea Ripley chops block the leg of Charlotte Flair. So you guys, I feel like that in this, all these superstars are tweeners. Like, you can't like you really can't tell. You can't tell if Rhea Ripley is heel or face. You can't tell whether Charlotte is heel or face. You can't tell whether Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke are heel or face, or what, you guys. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on that. Next, you guys, we have the strap match, you guys. We had Elias versus Jackson Riker, the new and improved Jackson Riker. The Jackson Riker I knew known as Gunner when he was in TNA Impact Wrestling. And so you guys, as you can see right here, Jackson Riker has an intense face, you guys, and he's wanting to be that guy. And of course, we seen like a knee strike from Elias onto Jackson Riker during this match. And so after then, you guys, we of course seen another intense face from Jackson Riker, as he had Elias strapped to one other end of the strap. And then so after then, you guys, we see the face of Elias. He's up here like, man, please don't. And Jackson Riker just goes for his finisher and ends up picking up the victory. And he also had a new theme song, you guys, if you didn't know, last night on Raw. And so I wonder what is next for Jackson Riker. Could he possibly be in the Money in the Bank? I hope not. I hope that WWE will do something different with him. I hope he'll be able to go after Sheamus for the United States Championship and put on a great match against Sheamus. And I feel that WWE is going in the right direction with Jackson Riker, trying to build him up, just as, you know, they were building up Cedric Alexander, but better. Then, you guys, we had the main event where we had the Scottish Psychopath Drew McIntyre versus Matt Riddle. They call him Riddle, but Michael Cole ended up on SmackDown calling him Matt Riddle. Versus AJ Styles, one half of the WWE Raw Tag Team Champion. Riddle ends up getting his foot hurt, you guys, during this match. And so he ended up trying to kick AJ Styles, but ends up kicking the steel steps. Riddle ends up coming back out after his foot was bandaged up by the, you know, the doctors backstage and all that good stuff, you guys. And, you know, Riddle, you know, he's trying to fight basically for Randy and all that stuff, whatever, but, you know, it's all gimmick. AJ Styles jumps off the top rope, going for the phenomenal forearm onto, you know, onto Matt Riddle. Then we end up seeing a knee strike out of midair on Riddle. And, of course, you guys, after then, we see a RKO by Riddle onto AJ Styles. And I was like, like, pretty cool. I was like, well, you know what, you guys, I'm wondering what is going to happen next after he hit that RKO. And after he ended up hitting that RKO, Matt Riddle turns around and gets Claymore by Drew McIntyre. And so after Drew McIntyre ends up Claymoring him, Drew McIntyre goes, of course, for the pinfall. And after then, you guys, as we can see right here, Drew McIntyre has been added to the Money in the Bank ladder match, which is on July 18th. Make sure you go ahead, you guys, and sign up for Peacock so you won't miss any of this. I'm wondering if Drew McIntyre could possibly win the Money in the Bank, but I'm ready to do my predictions and everything and narrow everything down, you guys, just to see what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks on Raw and on SmackDown with the superstars that are in the Money in the Bank. Thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in to Chris Wrestling Views here on YouTube.com. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and click that notification bell.